Welcome back. Well, it may not look like spring outside in the border city right now. There are still some signs that the season is right around the corner.
It's just a symbol of spring. It really is. You know, it's one of the first flowers to appear. They're bright, they're sunny. It's been a long, cold winter. I hear people complaining all the time about the weather, and I think it's a sign that spring is here. It's coming.
It is that time of year again where residents can brighten people's day with bunches of fresh-cut daffodils while helping support a great charitable cause. This year, the Cancer Society is also selling daffodil pins as another way to support and represent those dealing with cancer.
It's a symbol of courage, a symbol of support. That's why we came out with the pin. Also this year we get so many requests from people that want to wear something to show their support for people living with cancer.
Pre-sales of the fresh-cut daffodils are happening this week, and the Lloydminster chapter of the Cancer Society is hoping that businesses also help out the sale of the daffodil pins.
So you look for the display boxes of pins. We're asking businesses around town if they would display the pin boxes and accept donations for the Canadian Cancer Society for the pins.
Today is the 100th International Women's Day, and the status of women in society has changed over that century. Jobs that were once the exclusive domain of men have gradually become more accepting of women. Shauna Roshuk caught up with two Midwest women who are making their living in non-traditional occupations.
It's the 100th anniversary of this special occasion. Women all over the world will be celebrating their accomplishments and successes, working everywhere from ruling countries to in the fields fighting wars. One local woman, a Red Seal chef for 10 years, took the plunge and changed career paths.
I decided to take on welding and try it. I did my homework and I really love it. It's another craft.
For Amanda Ray Reimer, her family roots and passion run deep in the oil field industry.
My dad was in the oil field for about 25 years, and my grandpa before him. I always kind of had an interest in the industry.
In male-dominated industries, a woman on the job site is the minority, something these ladies say they always keep in perspective when working side by side with men.
They respect me and I respect them, and I'm not going to be one of the boys, but we have fun and I just treat people how I want to be treated, and it comes right back at you.
More than anything is just to be bold and go out there and work hard. Put your head down and do the same thing as everybody else. You don't get treated like a girl out there, you're just one of the guys doing the same job they're doing.
The work is physically demanding. Both women say a strong body and strong mind is a quality that is a requirement.
There's a lot of physical work. I was probably sore for 3 months straight when I first started and didn't know if my body was ever going to be the same.
There are also other not so nice aspects to a physically demanding job.
Plus dirt. Your hands cannot get clean how much you scrub them.
McDowell's father was not too excited about her career choice at first.
I've since proved to him that I can do this job and I can do it strong and I can do it proud as a woman.
Working indoors at a desk job is not something Reimer would ever consider.
I like to be outside working hard and proving to everybody that I can do it, because that's the biggest thing. Nobody looks at me and thinks that I could do this job.
Shauna Roshuk, Newcap News.
Now when we come back after our next break, we'll have additional perspective on International Women's Day from around the country and around the globe. But first, here's Allison Allen with this week's Pet Project.
Hi and welcome to this week's Pet Project. I'm at the Lloydminster and District SPCA with Jennifer, and this is Rocco.
Yes, Rocco is a 1.5-year-old American Staffordshire Terrier cross. He still needs to be neutered and to get his rabies vaccination. He is a great dog, highly intelligent, and has a lot of energy. He's a very high energy dog as well. We don't think he's been introduced to many cats, so he would definitely need some work on that. He would do well with an owner that had the time to devote to training him and getting him out and socializing him. He is part of our experienced owners program, which just means a bit more paperwork when you come to the shelter to fill out if you're interested in adopting him.
And this is Mistletoe, right?
Yes, she is a 5-month-old domestic short hair. She still needs to be spayed and get a rabies vaccination. We've had the real pleasure of watching her grow up. Unfortunately, she's been here since December, hence the name Mistletoe. But oh my gosh, she is such an amazing cat. She is so social with the other dogs that we've introduced her to. She loves playing with the cats, just wants to be around people, is really a well-rounded cat. I think she would do great in a home that had animals, if you had animals at home with you, or in a family situation. She's a real sweetheart.
So you were talking about the dogs last week. How are they doing now?
Well, we now have confirmation that they have Bordetella, which is a bacteria that causes coughing, and a secondary virus, which is similar to a common cold. All of the dogs are doing very well right now, and the countdown is on, so we're just getting closer until that day that we can adopt them out again.
Perfect. And thanks for joining us on this week's Pet Project. Make sure to tune in next week.
The Pet Project is sponsored by Quick Pick Waste Disposal. Locally owned and operated and serving urban, rural, and industrial customers in Lloydminster and region.